You know, for the longest time, we've thought of India as two completely separate worlds. You have the bustling, modern city on one side and the quiet, traditional village on the other. But what if that whole idea is just becoming obsolete? Today, we're going to dive into a massive shift in how India is planning its future, a vision that's literally erasing those old boundaries to create one single, seamless national network. Let's get into it.
So, this is really the central question for us today. Are cities and villages actual opposites? Or are they becoming, two sides of the same coin? And this isn't just some philosophical debate. Nope, it's right at the heart of how India is building its future.
All right, so to understand where we're headed, we've got to look at where we've been. For decades, infrastructure was planned in what you'd call silos. Rural projects were over here, urban projects were way over there, and honestly, they rarely ever talked to each other.
And this right here shows you the result. On the left, that's the old way. Separate plans for everything. Rural roads, city water, urban transport, and nothing connected properly. It created all these gaps and frustrating bottlenecks. But on the right, that's the new vision. An integrated growth connector model where everything is planned as one giant system. The goal, it's pretty simple. Make the entire country one efficient, cohesive network.
So that brings us to the big idea that's actually making all of this happen. It's a totally new way of planning for 2026 and beyond, and it has a name, the rural-urban continuum. Now, this is the crucial point, so listen up. The rural-urban continuum isn't just about building more stuff. It's a fundamental shift in thinking. It treats the journey from, say, a farm to a city apartment as one single continuous path. It's all about breaking down those hard walls that used to separate rural and urban development.
And hey, this isn't just a theory on a PowerPoint slide. It's being built as we speak through several huge national schemes. You can see them here. You've got programs like the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana or PMGSY, building all-weather rural roads. Then there's the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, or PMAYG, building millions of homes. You've got Amrit 2.0, upgrading smaller cities to take the pressure off the big megacities. And the master plan tying it all together, that's PM Gati Shakti.
If you want to understand the sheer scale of this ambition, just look at this number, 434. That's how many projects worth a mind-boggling 11 lakh crore rupees are being integrated under that PM Gati Shakti master plan. It's basically a massive digital map of every single piece of infrastructure, from highways to fiber optic cables, to make sure they all fit together perfectly. This is how you stop those classic mistakes, like digging up a brand new road just to lay a gas pipe. Okay, theory is one thing, but how does this all work in the real world? Well, I think the best way to really get it is to see it in action. So let's follow the journey of a single package, starting from a farm in a remote village and going all the way to a customer right in the heart of a city. Modern logistics, it breaks down this journey into four main stages. First, you have the first mile, which is just getting the product from where it started. Then there's the line haul. That's the long distance trip. After that, it reaches the node, which is a big central hub for sorting. And finally, you have the last mile, the final delivery right to the consumer's doorstep. So let's trace our package. It starts its journey on a brand new all-weather rural road built under PMGSY. That's the first mile. Next, it merges onto a dedicated freight corridor for super-fast transport. That's your line haul. It then arrives at a massive multimodal logistics park for sorting. That's the node. And finally, in the city center, it's delivered by an electric vehicle. See? Every single piece of the continuum has a part to play. But this whole thing is so much bigger than just moving goods around more efficiently. This integrated system is actually changing where we live, how we work, everything. At its core, it's about creating a better quality of life for everyone, no matter what their address is.
Okay, check this out. Take the Green Development Area, or GDA concept, from Delhi's new master plan. This is a really fascinating idea. Instead of just letting the city sprawl out of control, it basically designates the villages right on the city's edge as these special environmental zones.
So what is a GDA exactly? Well, think of it as a green lung for the city, a kind of environmental buffer. It supports urban farming, which means fresher produce for everyone. It creates new spaces for recreation. And really importantly, it keeps the infrastructure low density. It is such a smart way to manage growth, and it helps both the city and the village. And while we're managing the edges of our cities, the very heart of our villages is also being transformed. And this number, wow, 3.70 crore. That's how many homes have been built under the PMA Grameen scheme.
It's providing housing security to tens of millions of families, and that really forms the bedrock of rural stability.
This slide right here highlights a key point. This continuum isn't just about roads and houses. It's about bringing urban-level services out to rural areas. We're talking hundreds of thousands of villages getting proper sanitation, we're talking mandatory rooftop solar on new homes, and maybe most critically, we're talking about high-speed 5G internet reaching the village level. That enables things we only dreamed of before, like telemedicine and online education. So let's step back for a second. Why is this massive nationwide rewiring so important, and why now? Well, it's all about building a future for everyone that's more resilient, more balanced, and way more equitable. This quote, it just says it all, doesn't it? At the end of the day, this isn't just about concrete and steel. The real goal, the big vision, is to build a nation where a person's opportunities in life are no longer decided by whether they happen to be born in a megacity or a remote village.
All right, so let's boil this all down. What are the key takeaways? First, we're moving from separate, siloed projects to one single integrated system. Second, the goal is to spread out opportunity by developing smaller cities and towns. Third, we're blurring the lines, upgrading villages with smart infrastructure. And finally, we're using new ideas like GDAs to make sure all this growth is actually sustainable. And that leaves us with one final kind of provocative thought to chew on. As we keep connecting the country, as we equip every village with the kinds of amenities and opportunities you used to only find in a city, what does that mean for the future of our giant megacities? It's a huge question, and the answer will probably define the next chapter of India's growth story.